Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are ranking the top 10 best power forwards in the game, including gambling cards. I'm not gonna lie, this list is ridiculous. There are so many good bigs at this point in the game. I didn't even include some of the guys who are like 7'6" who can play power forward, just because those cards I think are much more center oriented. But this list is nuts. I mean, the position right now of power forward is unbelievably souped, legitimately, very impressively so. And I think really good as a whole. I just think the power forward position is super deep, and it was hard to come up with this ranking because everybody from 10 to 1 is an exceptional card. There's just not a big amount of difference between any of these guys, so it becomes very much opinion in a lot of ways. So I hope y'all can understand that. But with that being said, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss this list. So number 10, Kristaps Porzingis, 100 overall. This card being number 10 should go to show y'all how incredibly good this list is, but also how incredibly close together this list is. Because KP, 7'3", 7'6" wingspan, elite SIGs, and a great release. I mean, unbelievably good card. I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging just a little bit putting him at number 10. I should move him to number 9. I think I'm going to go with him at number 9 instead of number 10. But it's really not a huge difference regardless. You know what I mean? I just think there's it's very hard to not argue that KP is one of the best power forwards in the game. But honestly, I mean, yes, his jumper is incredible. Yes, his SIGs are really solid as well. But there's so many good power forwards that it's like, it becomes in a lot of ways a matter of opinion for a card like KP, and I think his release could be better, and I think everybody else's release on this list pretty much is probably close to better than him. So as good as he is he significantly better than all these other options? I would say probably not. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think number 9 is probably fair. Now, number 10 is going to actually be Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who also has Jamal Murray behind the back, also has a great jumper, also 7'3", like an elite card in his own right, but a little bit slower statistically. The stats could be maybe just a little bit better, and his release maybe isn't unbelievably insanely great normal fade, just like kind of with KP. They have similar SIGs, similar releases. They're both really good. I'd say KP's stats are a little bit better, so I give KP the slight edge. Now, coming in at the number 8 spot, Kyle Filipowski. Kyle Filipowski is only 7 foot, only super small, right? 7'4" wingspan though. Again, perfect SIGs basically. James Harden behind the back instead of Jamal Murray doesn't really bother me much, and he's got Corver-based Sexton up around very quick. So when you talk about best of the best releases in the game, this is one of those. Just an elite level release for one of the best cards in the game, and I think just a really great card who's going to I mean, he gives you everything you could possibly ask for, basically. I think a really awesome option. Yes, the size could be slightly better, but when you have one of the best releases in the game, Pro 2 Fade, incredibly complete stats and badges. I just really like Filipowski. I think he's a really good card. I think number 8 is probably fair. Number 7, David Robinson. Am I bugging to put KP below David Robinson? I don't know. I just like D-Rob's animations a little more, but I know KP's a couple inches taller, so maybe, I don't know. Again, like I said, it's all opinion. A list like this is so opinion based. You can rank these cards however you want, I think, pretty much, with how good so many of them are. But I think KP would probably, like, I'm having an issue with where I'm putting KP because how good he is 100 overall with pretty close to perfect SIGs as well. But I just think, like, I like D-Rob's release a little better than KP's, personally. SIGs wise, he's perfect. He's 7'1", again, perfect stats and badges pretty much. I'm going to have to move Filipowski down because he's just not on the same level, but he's really close. I like all these cards so much. It's really tough to build a list like this. Like number 6, Evan Mobley. He's slightly smaller than both D-Rob and KP, but I would say in terms of badges, he might even be a little bit more complete, although, again, it's nitpicking, but he's got half handles for days. His jumper is amazing in its own right. Terrence Mann base. Got a gameplay coming with this card today, if y'all haven't seen it already by the time that this video is published. He is another awesome card. Like, really great option at the power forward position with an elite level release, perfect SIGs. Just, again, nothing to complain about. Pro 2 Fade. Like, basically no flaws. I feel like putting him at number 6. It feels a little low, but he's only 6'11", so that's probably realistically the best place to put him. Number 5 is Alex Sarr. Alex Sarr is also 7'1" with an awesome jumper. Now, I think Alex Sarr's jumper is better than D-Rob's and KP's. That's the reason I put him higher than them. He's basically, size-wise, same size as David Robinson. He's got half handles for days. He's got an unbelievable release in his own right, and honestly, I will say, I don't think his stats are significantly different than 100 overall. Like, they're not noticeably poor whatsoever. Steph Curry base, Sadiq Bey upper, which happens to be the fastest upper in the game, on very quick. Just really another great card. Does everything you could possibly ask for at a very high level, and I think is definitely one of the best options in the game at the power forward position. Again, top tier SIGs. I mean, is Curry slide instead of Jamal Murray behind the back a particularly big deal? Not enough, in my opinion, especially with a release as good as he has, and I put him number 5. I think that's fair. Number 4, continuing with the size theme, Wilt Chamberlain 100 overall he's a monster in his own right, because he's got an 8-foot wingspan. Yes, he's 7'1", but I think more importantly is that 8-foot wingspan, to be honest. And I just think, again, really great card who they changed his jump shot and that really elevates the card, but KCP base is an absolutely elite level jumper. Goran upper is actually one of the fastest uppers in the game as well. So again, like I say, I think multiple elite things about this card that really help elevate him at a very high level. And I think, again, really great card. One of the best in the game at the power forward position. Perfect SIGs, 7'1", 8-foot wingspan, perfect stats and badges, has Hall of handles for days. Another absolutely exceptionally top tier card in my team at the number 4 spot. Number 3, Arvydas Sabonis. Now, Arvydas does have one flaw, and that is that he's too heavy to trigger a behind the back. I don't think that's that big of a flaw at the power. I mean, considering player build wise, he's basically, I think he's like a better KP or Sabonis slightly is how, or KP or Zydrunas Ilgauskas is what I'd say. Player build of Ilgauskas, but with an unbelievable release and top tier SIGs again. Too heavy to trigger the hard and behind the back. But then it's like, is he really this many slots? You know what? Wilt and Sar can trigger behind the back, and Arvydas can't. I actually think that kind of matters. As good as he is at moving him down a couple slots, this feels probably a little more fair. Yet again, you could put KP at 3 and I wouldn't be mad at you. You could move D-Rob up, you could move D-Rob down. You could move Arvydas to number 2 and you could put him at number 5. Like, it's all opinion. And not only is it all opinion, it really even more so just matters which cards specifically you want to use. It's the honest truth. Use the cards that you're interested in personally, and I think leave it at that is kind of my primary recommendation. And yeah, I think putting him number 3 is probably the best spot for Wilt, and then moving Arvydas down a couple spots. Number 2, Bull. Just again, god tier SIGs, 7'2". He can play small forward as well, but at power forward, he's still incredible. Top tier size, top tier SIGs, can do all the SIGs, can do the Jamal Murray behind the back, has the perfect SIGs, has a release that is in very fast. Jared Allen base is one of the faster releases on all of my team. So again, it's just a card who does everything well with an elite level release and incredible size. Again, yet again, one of the top tier options in the game at the power forward spot. And then finally, number 1, the only reason he's number 1 is because of the Patty Mills base. Yes, I understand Tim Duncan is only 6'11". He's a couple inches shorter than the tallest guys in this list, but he's got Patty Mills base. Nobody else on this list has Patty Mills base. Does it matter that much? No. Does it matter a lot? I personally think so. I think Patty Mills base is the differentiating factor here as to why he is number 1. But yet again, if you wanted to put him at number 8 because you want somebody with a little more size and he's one of the smaller guys in this list, like, again, that's your opinion. This list is so opinion based. And that's the important thing that I again want to reiterate is at this point in the year, so many cards are so good that it's hard to effectively rank them, I feel like sometimes. So with that being said, I do hope you all did enjoy this video. And if so, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.